The 27th of April, 2026, barreling through the month. Going to be into May later this week. Here's the weather forecast. It looks pretty nice out there right now. We've got some clouds and lots of sun, but we do have a 30% chance of rain later, high of 85, 70% chance of rain on Tuesday. We may have a couple of rounds of different weather systems that come through. Keep an eye on that. Might get a little bit of severe weather. High 82. Wednesday, still some rain in the forecast, 60% chance, high 82. And then it looks like we get a little clearing on Thursday and Friday. So a couple of days of wet weather. Throw an umbrella in the car. Probably going to need it tomorrow for sure. That's what it looks like anyways. And we could use the rain. It's still a little dry out there. Hadn't really had that really good soaker that we need, like 2-3 hours of just nice, easy soaker.
I was told it was going to happen Friday overnight, and it didn't.
Yep, I got some. I got some, but not all that I was hoping for.
I did get some Saturday late afternoon. That was it. That was the best. That was the best we could do. Very sad.
That is. Hate it for you.
Yeah. I need an umbrella, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah. All I have is those little like totes umbrellas.
Yeah.
And they're so tiny.
I think they've got some like right at the door as you're about to check out, like at Home Depot or Lowe's.
They
got those umbrellas.
And they have them at Walmart too.
Yeah,
and that's
Walmart's
exactly why I never get them. Because I check out and then I walk past the stand and I go,
like, there it is.
I literally I just checked out. I'm not going back right now.
Always need.
I'm not going to do it.
You can never have too many umbrellas.
I have 0 umbrellas. Well, I've got the two little ones, the two little stupid totes ones that I hate. Yeah. Because they're too small. Easy to lose.
You're a rain jacket guy or an umbrella guy?
I'm a rain jacket hat guy. You know me.
Yeah.
But I don't mind an umbrella if it's really going to be storming.
I prefer the rain jacket with a little hoodie.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to carry that umbrella around.
Also, you look like the Morton Salt girl when you do that.
Thank
That's
you. I don't have
attractive.
those boots though. I need those boots.
You got to get some of those boots.
I know.
And then carry a big
really
container
like
of salt
those
with you
boots.
everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. It is Dixon of Vine and Clipsy's Furniture, 1811 Crestwood Boulevard in Irondale and on Highway 31 in Hoover. The Hoover Centric store is loaded down with these Southern Motion recliners, some really great stuff there. That is on par with Flex Steel when it comes to quality, but the price is nowhere near that much. In fact, it is designer furniture at wholesale prices, truly wonderful furniture that you just don't buy anything anywhere else until you've been to Flipsy's. You can go and look at some of the other places and see what they got, and then go compare prices, and you're going to love what Flipsy's is going to do for you. Plus, they got the white glove delivery. Get that. It's a little more. It's worth it. Depends on where you live. I can't tell you how much it is. Depends on where you live. But it is absolutely worth it. And 12 months, same as cash, if that's something you want to avail yourself of. Flipsy's Furniture with 2 locations in Irondale. They've got more in the basement, by the way. Don't forget to ask about going downstairs. See that? And then on Highway 31 in Hoover, next to 2nd and Charles. Truly designer furniture at wholesale prices. 908 Angel Studios Animal Farm is out, and apparently better than critics are making it out to be. Apparently it's not getting very good Rotten Tomato ratings, but they have tried to update this from George Orwell's 1945 novella. It's no longer a Soviet era allegory to a contemporary thing. What they're doing now is the original one showed how you end up in communism, and communism becomes very corrupt very quickly. This one, apparently, according to this review, the animals are already enjoying communism, and then somebody comes in and corrupts them with money and power. And that's, sort of the way
this is
works.
This is an Angel Studio film?
Angel Studios. Their stuff is hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I've seen some good stuff that they've done, and then there's things that I'm like, not so much, It's not automatically a religious themed or religious based just because it is Angel Studios. But I'll never forget it. I mean, I don't care how long I live. I'll never forget it. First off, I read Animal Farm when I was a young boy, and I read it of my own volition. I wasn't forced to read it in school. My sister had a copy, and I was just a voracious reader, so I was like, I need to know about this. And I'm blown away by the book. A very, very short book, very easy to read. George Orwell, nowhere near as complex or difficult as 1984, but the story comes through very clearly. A couple of years later, there was a television version of it that was made. And I can't remember if it was one part or two parts. I think it might have been a mini series that had two parts. And it was not animated. It used actual animals, and they, would give them something so they'd move their mouths, and then it would be them talking. It was about the creepiest damn thing I've ever seen.
So are you thinking this is going to be creepy?
No, because this is animated. This one doesn't frighten me so much. But
it's almost realistic. I know our animation now is not the animation when we were kids.
No.
I mean, it's so much closer to the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Almost parts of it you can't even really tell that it's,
Yeah.
we know it, but it's pretty incredible what they can do now.
I'm seeing the main pig, Napoleon, the one who actually quotes the line that, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. At one point, he's sitting at a table with humans, and he's wearing clothes in this TV version. I mean, that sticks with you,
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing you're just like, oh my God, I'll never forget that. I think about it every time I eat pork chops. Anyway.
Are they more delicious and
Yes.
tender than you remember?
Absolutely. You ever throw a golf club?
Sort of. Yes.
Uh-huh.
If you're a golfer and you say no,
Yeah.
I don't think you're telling
might
the
be
truth.
lying.
You might be lying.
Max Homo was criticizing players for doing that, and then he just went and did it himself. He was 18 shots behind the leader, Matt Fitzpatrick. Hits a wayward tee shot, was left in a very tough position in a waste area among the trees in Harbortown. After not making the contact he wanted on a punch shot in an attempt to escape the trouble, he chucked his iron onto the ground a few yards ahead of him. The iron eventually made contact with a tree. Yikes.
Yeah. That's a beautiful course, by the way. Hilton Head, RBC Heritage, where that tournament was. It was beautiful.
Yep, the RBC Heritage Tournament.
Yeah, I understand that frustration. There's no doubt that sometimes you can't hit a ball to save your life. And you're like, well, this is not my day. That's what's so crazy about the game of golf. One day you're like nailing it. Everything is like, and then you go out. I mean, that's why when you look at Scotty Scheffler, how he was struggling.
Yeah.
There's about 6 tournaments there. You're like, what happens?
Right.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And then you have to work through trying to fix it and get it back. And
you got the yips.
Yeah. And when you see what Tiger Woods did for all those years, some of these players, that is so hard to do. It's not even funny. And how he did that consistently over and over and over again makes him one of the greatest golfers, always will, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had a level of dominance and consistency. Even when Rory went back to back this year, with the Masters, he had shots that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't no guarantee.
Yep.
Coming into the end of the weekend, he was going to win that.
Yep, that's exactly right.
It's impressive.
According to Jocelyn James, Tiger had a great stroke too. I did not.
Don't laugh. You're only encouraging.
I knew that was coming. Part of the problem with Saturday Night Live going as far political as they have is that I don't watch it anymore. I'm just done with it. I've thrown in the towel on that. Every once in a while, I'll go look at the weekend update from the last Saturday. I'll see that on YouTube or something and find it funny. But you also miss out on what sometimes are some truly great sketches. I ran across one the other day that I had never seen before. It was Nate Bargatze as a golfer, and he was I think it was 4 strokes behind, something like that. And he tees off and hits a bird.
Oh no! Did he kill the bird? Killed it.
Things go downhill from there.
Oh no!
I mean, it is one disaster after another. And Nate was the perfect person to play this because he's a flustered, what's going on here? Why is this happening to me? If you get the chance, just go plug it into YouTube, Nate Bargatze, golfer, SNL. You'll see it. It is. I laughed hysterically. I was on the floor, tears in my eyes over this sketch. I could not stop. I was one of those, I couldn't catch my breath. I was laughing so hard. And I was like, it's been a long time since Saturday Night Live made me laugh like that,
Yeah.
But this was actually about a year old, so I'd been missing it for all this time. It was completely overshadowed by the Washington's Dream sketch that everybody loved about Nate when he did that. Project Hail Mary is closing in on an all-time movie record. That would be the biggest box office for a space movie ever. Did you know that we had categories like that?
No, I did not.
Me neither. Well, we'll let you know if that's what happens, but apparently it is really much loved. I mean, it made $80.6 million domestically in its opening weekend.
Good gracious.
$60.4 million overseas. It went down 31% the following week for $54.5 million. It is churning in some serious dollars. $577 million worldwide right now. It's the third highest grossing film of 2026, and some people still have it at the box office still.
What did Debbie say about it? Because didn't she mention
she said
Project
she liked
Hail Mary?
I know you're going to be surprised that she liked it. She liked it, but she said it was a little long.
Yeah, that's what it was. I knew there was something in there. It was like, she likes about an hour and a half movie.
Yeah. She thinks 90 minutes is the perfect length for a movie. And I don't disagree. I mean, if you need a little more time to tell the story, that's okay. But
don't just make it longer to make it longer.
2.5 hours is like, no, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I have chosen not to watch movies because of that. I've looked at the time, when you bring it up on Netflix and you go, 2.5 hours?
It shouldn't be 2.5 hours.
I don't have the patience for that. 9:17 with Dixon and Vining, and Darian went to the movies this past weekend. He's going to give us a review coming up next. Stick around. 9:23, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Beautiful, beautiful Monday. Hey, don't forget about our big Iron City Jawbone Jam coming up on May the 15th. It's hard to forget about it because we're running ads for it like every hour. You can't miss it.
Well, we don't want you to miss it.
Nope.
We don't want you to forget about it. If you haven't gotten tickets, get tickets.
Get some tickets at Ticketmaster or IronCityBham.com. We're talking about Brother Kane, Stone Horses, a group called Cattle is having an album release party that night. Want to say special thanks to the Knowles Group for putting this thing on with us. They have been involved in almost every one of our Jawbone Jams from the very beginning. We also love Aqua Systems and Blakely's Bouquets. We appreciate you helping us celebrate 10 years of broadcasting here on Talk 99.5 and talk995.com. May 15th, Friday night, no excuse not to make it and hang out for the whole thing with the whole gang here. Everybody you love at Talk 99.5 will be there, and John Bird.
Yeah.
So it's
10 years. I cannot believe it's our 10-year anniversary.
Long, really long years.
How long, Richard?
Oh, he feels some type of way.
Yeah, how do you feel?
No, they flew by. They flew by.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And you guys have been there since day one. So come out and celebrate with us and have a good time. It's a Friday night, so no excuses. Get tickets, Ticketmaster. You can purchase those. We'll be giving away some tickets here probably maybe the end of this week or definitely next week.
Okay.
We'll start giving those away. So y'all keep listening for a chance to win.
Let's do it.
All right. It is the start of a new work week, and if you maybe this weekend had a couple of minutes to, contemplate maybe getting into a different ride. Maybe you got a truck and you don't need it anymore, or you have a sports car and you're like, you know what, the family's growing, we need a SUV of some sort. Okay, so the dilemma is this: what to do with your current vehicle? Well, it's not a dilemma if you know Birmingham Broker and Craig and the guys that are there, because this really is the smartest way to get your car sold without you having to do much of anything other than to get your vehicle to them. That's really it. Located in downtown Birmingham at 2224 4th Avenue South, Birmingham Broker is going to be your hero. And I found that out real quick because I saw the process up front. Craig told me exactly what they believed they could sell the car for. They got it shined up, got it listed, and they got it sold. The next thing was a check in my hand. And I was like, oh, I like this a whole lot. And even better is the fact that Craig wants to get as much equity out of that car for you. And many times when you go to a dealership and do this whole trade-in thing, you are getting ripped off. They are keeping your equity. Craig, again, working very hard to get you as much as he possibly can. So when you're thinking about selling your current car, getting into something else, think Birmingham Broker. Go to bhambroker.com. Again, downtown Birmingham. The website is bhambroker.com.
And now it's Darian's turn. That's all we got.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Like I said, I went and saw Michael. I went and saw yesterday, so it's really fresh in my mind. And I just jotted down a few notes. So I'll read through my notes, and then if we want to discuss it, we can.
Please do.
All right, so the first thing, I'm also reference, y'all remember Jackson American Dream, the TV documentary that came out back when I was a kid?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to cross-reference both of them because a lot of people, I've been seeing on social media, a lot of people's asking questions about what was missing. And this is a Michael movie. It's not a Jackson's movie. So if you want more details of the Jackson, go back and watch that film. But this is strictly from Michael's point of view. So, but the second strongest character is still Joe Jackson. His presence is prominent through the entire film. Young Michael, the guy that played Young Michael, he embodied him. I mean, mannerisms, voice, it was close to the best person outside of young Jason Weaver to play young Michael. Barry Gordy and Joe Jackson's tension was real. Michael Jackson looked at Barry Gordy as a father figure, and Joe didn't like that. Michael never got a chance to be a kid. And I know that was something that was always kind of talked about back in the day, but it's clear. This movie shows that throughout Michael's childhood and even early adulthood, he just wanted to be a kid. Off the Wall was not only a game changer for him sonically, but that's when he started to notice the issues he felt like he had with his appearance. The nose job, all of that. It's a scene where he comes back into the house and he's afraid to go to his room, and Joe sees him. I'm not going to give all the details, but basically he was nervous about making that decision, but he did not like how his nose looked. There was real tension with Michael and Joe about their solo career. Joe had no problem with Michael having a solo career, but he kind of wanted that to be like a side project. He wanted to keep the brothers and the family first. That's what Joe wanted, and Michael wanted to do his own thing. So there was real tension there. Beat It was actually inspired by gang violence. So I know that was documented, but they highlighted that. It was he wanted to find a way to try to reduce gang violence. That's why he went and got the Crips and the Bloods to be in the video and all that stuff. Michael was he was a shrewd businessman. He was dogmatic about his music and his vision being out, which of course led him to being the first black artist with a music video played on MTV. The Pepsi incident, and I know there's a lot of controversy about the way Michael died, but the way they framed it, the Pepsi incident was what started him with the pill addiction.
Yeah.
Joe was serious about the Victory Tour, and Michael's skin condition really started to take effect during the Bad album run. And he talked about the vitiligo. They talked about that heavy in the movie.
Yeah.
To me, it was 10 out of 10. It was worth it.
Wow, 10 out of 10.
10 out of
Wow.
10.
Very impressive. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate the review. It sounds fascinating. I've seen 2 trailers for it, and the guy who plays Joe Jackson is just off the chain. I mean,
He's legit. Yeah.
he should absolutely get a supporting actor nomination for an Oscar, but the Academy doesn't listen to me, obviously. We'll see. I would like to try to go catch this film in the theater if I can. I don't know that I'm going to have the time to do it. I've missed the last 2 I wanted to see in the theater. I just wasn't able to make it happen. So they're gone now. It happens. 9:30, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5. Stick around. And Joe Satriani makes a little more money as we use this as bumper music. Yes, this was a 1,000% ripoff of Joe Satriani. And I honestly believe that Coldplay just, they didn't mean to. I think this was unconscious. I really do.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, there's no way on God's green earth that you would go back and you would find a Guitar Hero hit from the 1990s and say, how about we make the tune this note for note, including the bridge, because that's exactly what they did. We should put words to this. And I think the name of the song is If I Could Fly. I think that was the Joe Satriani tune. But, yeah, it's a note for note knockoff. And they did end up in court, and I think there was a settlement made. And I think every time that song gets played, Joe Satriani gets a little money.
Sure.
It's pretty nice.
It is nice.
937 Dixon Vining Talk 99.5 talk995.com. Parrott Structural Services, parrottss.com if you'd like to find out more about them. These are the guys that are going to take care of your foundation. I just kind of put them in charge of my foundation. I said, look, if there's a problem, I am going to call you, and you're going to come by and give me the diagnosis and the prognosis, and I let you handle it, because I know I can trust you guys. And you can trust them because they have the integrity and they have the experience. However, there are some people in the business that maybe not as trustworthy, which is why they always say, get a structural engineer just to be certain. We want you to be comfortable with the diagnosis that we give you. Your foundation's holding the rest of the house up, man. Last thing you want is for that thing to start going south. If it does, the sooner you get it fixed, the less expensive it's going to be. That is Parrott Structural Services, parrottss.com, 668-2626. Licensed, bonded, insured, and E-Verify compliant. Louisiana restaurant in trouble.
To say the least.
It's a Chinese restaurant, and somebody caught workers out back skinning a carcass of some roadkill. Roadkill. Delicious roadkill. Yeah, apparently this Chinese restaurant, somebody on Facebook got a shot and posted on Facebook, and then they got some more pictures of this worker with blood on his hands as he was trying to skin a roadkill deer that he ran across and threw in the back of his truck because he wanted to make soup out of it for the restaurant.
Sure.
Yeah, and then he put the carcass in the freezer along with the rest of the food that's there.
This is so disgusting.
Yeah.
It really is.
Who do you think you are, RFK Jr.? Come on. This is not okay. Yeah, the fact that they were going to actually use that deer to make soup. First off, you don't know how long it had been laying by the side of the road. That's for starters.
Problem one.
Yeah. Secondly, what has this deer been eating? What kind of bacteria is in it? You don't have any idea.
There's two.
No.
And you're serving it to customers without their knowledge.
No.
Not cool.
Not okay.
No.
Anyway, I think they closed the restaurant, and there's some fines involved, and it's going to be pretty ugly.
Never open up another restaurant.
I wouldn't go there ever again. I'd just be like, oh, that's the one with the roadkill? Yeah, we're not doing that. McDonald's is announcing a nationwide menu makeover. Now, you'd think that means some new items coming in. No. What's all the rage nowadays, Valerie? What's the new food thing that everybody's on?
Some protein.
Protein. It's all about protein. So now they are going to start listing on their menu the number of grams of protein that different dishes hold. So when
this is kind of dumb, is it not?
To me, it's just tedious. Unless you're going to put the fat grams up there too, which you're not.
Right.
Because it's McDonald's.
If you're just looking at protein,
right.
If that's all that matters, you're getting some protein.
Yeah.
You can get protein eating broccoli.
Yes, you can. You can red beans and rice. You can get some protein. But in this particular case, you're also getting carbs from that bun, especially if you're getting that
bad carbs.
That third bun.
Lots of calories too.
Bunch of calories. Bunch of fat. Yeah. If you're eating fries, you're getting that fat. That's for sure. So yeah, boy. People want food that fits their lives, and that includes more protein without giving up great taste, said Gina Hardy, Vice President, U.S. Marketing and Menu Strategy at McDonald's.
See, but the thing is, to me, is nothing's changing. The protein's always been there.
Right.
Now, why do you feel like you need to glom on and highlight? Yeah, right. Like, duh. I know that it's there.
Well, they're also going to let you customize your McDonald's order to increase your protein. For example, add an extra burger patty or another egg to your Egg McMuffin. Okay.
I think I'm good with the one, right?
Well, if you want more protein, if that's what you're really
How about this? Just put, that little cardboard thing you put the Big Mac in, just put 2 patties in there. That's all you need.
Just 2
If
patties.
you're really focused on protein,
Yeah.
just put 2 patties in there.
You don't need nothing else.
Between 2 pieces of lettuce
No
or
buns,
something.
nothing.
No.
Okay. Buc-ee's has a new chocolate candy with peanut butter. Yeah, I know. It's like a Reese's, right? Isn't that what it is?
Oh.
Well, not really. The Buc-ee's Overbite dark chocolate peanut butter candy made from a dark chocolate bar bearing the face of the Buc-ee's mascot, Bucky the Beaver, smeared inside the quarter-pound chocolate bar is an avalanche of peanut butter. Buc-ee's declined to comment on the new candy, but social media users say they are loving it. It's available at Buc-ee's stores locations, but not the chain's official website, but third-party websites like True Texas Merch and Fox Snacks do sell that candy online. This thing is wild, wrote one user on X alongside 2 photos of the candy.
Oh, it's huge. I've just now pulled up a picture of it.
Pretty big.
It looks like a oversized hockey puck. Or is the distance between the packaging and how the picture's taken just makes it look weird?
150 calories per serving, about 600 calories per puck.
Oh. 600 calories.
So you're supposed to eat just a quarter of that, I guess. 35 milligrams of sodium per serving, 12 grams of total sugars, 10 grams of fat, 3 grams of protein. McDonald's would be proud. 12 grams per puck.
Per puck.
Yeah, let's
That's
get right
what it
on
looks
that.
like.
I think I can live without that, but I know I can't live without this. Sam's Club has a chocolate candy knockoff of Reese's. They're apparently like miniature Reese cups, right?
I'm seeing it. Members Mark.
I like their Members Mark stuff.
They have milk chocolate and dark chocolate, and they're in the jar together.
Ooh, now that's nice. People in the U.S. have been enjoying the combination of peanut butter and chocolate. In 1928, the H.B. Reese Candy Company began making chocolate peanut butter cups with extra roasted peanut butter. And now, Sam's Club has entered the cup fray with its own 30-ounce tub of Members Mark mini peanut butter cups. The container comes with both milk and dark chocolate versions of the treat and appears to be equal to, if not better than, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh no. Does Reese's come after them?
I'd like a tub of peanut butter cups, please.
Those will be gone in an afternoon.
That's no way to live your life.
So the bonbons, you're just sitting there popping one after another in your mouth.
No way to live your life. 7-Up just launched a brand new drink. No, it's not protein. It's an energy drink.
Of course.
Are we not all just exhausted with these?
Yeah.
Have we not reached our limit on the energy drinks? How many more of them can you put out there? And there's been a bunch of them that have flopped. I remember when I was down in Florida, they introduced us to one that was they gave the morning show a case of this stuff, and I don't even remember the name of it, but I remember taking 2 sips and going, I vote no. They're like, so you're not going to be doing the endorsements for this? I'm like, no way. It never really even got off the ground as near as I can tell. I never saw it in any store anywhere.
Not for you.
It just, but, they do try to launch these things and fail. I guess 7-Up, already having a name in the industry, makes it easy. But New Ghost Energy X 7-Up is what this one is called, and they're throwing it into the energy drink pile along with the rest of them. Okay. You know what? Knock yourself out. I have never liked an energy drink. I've yet to try one that I found attractive in any way, shape, or form, starting with Red Bull and working through Monster and anything and everything else. I guess I'm just going to stick with my, now it's my zero sugar RC.
You loaded up on those? You got plenty?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, because they had buy 2, and they were $4.59 a piece.
That's a good deal.
$4.59. So I paid just over $9 before taxes for 2 12-packs of. I'm starting to think, why didn't I go back and get the other 2 that were there?
Right.
Because
you're like they're the last 2. Yep.
But I drink one a day. I mean, I'm good for a month. I drink one a day. I already drank my one today. It was delicious. I drank it on the way in. 9:46 with Dixon and Vining. We'll take a quick break and Then we'll do the Dixon Divining question of the day along with some of your texts. Stick around. Uncle Cracker. think he was originally. Am I wrong on this, Darren? You might know his name was originally Uncle Peckerwood. Is that true?
No.
No.
Nah. I don't remember
Fake
hearing
news.
that one. Yeah, I don't remember hearing that one.
Uncle Ofe?
Mm-mm.
No. Just curious. Here's from Fran. Please don't change a good thing. Love Steve's bumper music. Love you guys. Well, you gotta love Darian too.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
filling in.
He's part of the
Steve's right
package.
here.
And
y'all.
it's,
That's right.
every time we have a producer, it's that producer's music,
Right.
right?
Right.
He's not
Right.
like playing Steve's stuff. He's playing
He's gonna play his own stuff,
Darian stuff.
and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Reverend McCready. Dixon, the CPI is what the Fed works off of, so it is the inflation number. Yeah, but they know all the numbers. They have all the numbers available to them. Jerome Powell should have lowered the interest rate twice more by now, and he did
Easy.
not. And it's nothing more than an attempt to hamstring Donald Trump because he doesn't like him. And if you just say, well, I mean, you don't know that. Maybe he's just trying to be judicious. No, he lowered the interest rate right before the election so that Kamala Harris would have a better economy to work with, and then, stopped right there. And it really has only happened when it would be so obvious that it's crazy not to have done it that he finally had to do it, and he's done it twice, and that's about it. It's very sad. Rare bright spot on SNL is Ashley Padilla, as she seems like a comedian you've been watching for years. Reminds me a little of Margaret Smith, who did stand-up. I loved Margaret Smith back in the day, by the way. Let's see. Thank you. Try to give me a day notice, and I can probably be there. Who are you, Walt? Who are you texting? You're not.
Okay, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, you're not texting us.
Like a curly friend.
Clearly, you're not texting
Okay,
us.
thank you. Try to give
We
me a day
appreciate it.
notice, and I can
Mhm.
be there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everything you do, for keeping this ship floating.
Okay.
Well, Walt,
Yeah.
what is going on there?
I don't know. He thinks he's texting someone else. Charles says, this is why I don't eat Chinese. Yuck, have a good day. Charles, somewhere in Alabama. I love Chinese food. Donna said, if you're looking for protein and fats and being extra careful, you're not eating at McDonald's.
No,
I would agree with that.
I would too. That's why it seems kind of silly to put protein on it.
Corey says, call back to earlier, Walmart won't allow tap to pay because they want to drive customers to use their own Walmart Pay in their app. Sure, I get that. Prices are going on sodas now that you can't buy it with Snap. Are they going? They're going up? Are prices going up now that you can't buy it with Snap? Drew, is that what you're trying to say? It would make sense
I
because they'll
think
be
so.
selling
That's
fewer
what
of
it
them, so they feel
sounds
like they
like.
have to jack up the price a little bit, but it's already pretty high. Not saying they are, but one has to wonder if these assassination
Why
attempts
would you
are
wonder?
staged.
I don't understand why anybody's wondering this.
Again, Brian,
I mean, do you
walk
think
me
these
through
people? You think that these people are voluntarily going, "Yes, I'll do this, and to make you look good, and I'm going to go spend, the majority of my life in jail." Who does that?
Yeah.
Nobody.
it. Explain that to me. How does that work?
This doesn't
That-
make any sense that anybody would even. That anybody would say it, much less text it, much less have conversations about it. How does any of that make any sense?
Putting yourself in a position where you could feasibly take a bullet between the eyes, all to make the president of the United States, whom you don't care for, look better. What
Not
in the
happening.
world?
Not happening.
No. The guy in Florida who's now in the Hooskow for 30 years, the guy in Butler, Pennsylvania, who took a shot to the head, and now this carpet-eating scum. This is just this is some bad juju right here. I find it absolutely astounding that anybody, and again, when you ask people to walk you through it, how exactly does that happen? They, because you can't. There's no explanation for it whatsoever. And by the way, are we going to assume that all the Secret Service was in on it? Was everybody in the room in on
Right.
it? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's exactly right.
Seriously. It's ridiculous. Amanda says it was so nice to actually finally listen to your whole show. Thank you for all what you do. So I'll be tuning in every morning. Okay.
Thanks, Amanda.
Appreciate that. That's
And it's
very
Monday,
kind of you.
usually by, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, we really got our legs under us, right?
Yeah. Sure didn't happen today.
We're trying.
Hey, Darian, pay attention. It's time to play that little thing about here we go. He's back there talking to...
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
Who are you talking to in there? Stop talking to your friends. Not allowed to have friends in the booth. Sorry. If you could randomly turn into an animal at will, What animal would you choose? I'm talking about like manimal, like you could turn into an animal and then turn back, but you can only pick one animal and you have to be that animal every time. What do you got, Darian?
I'm a lion all day.
A lion.
All day.
All righty then. Valerie Vining.
Hummingbird. Because you can dart all over the place.
That's true.
Dart and fly.
Oh, okay. I see. I thought you were trying to be cute, but I see that strategy.
Yeah.
I like that.
See, I would be an eagle because I could fly a lot farther. A lot farther.
A lot
Yeah,
higher.
yeah. And chances are good you're not going to get attacked by anything or anybody. You know, I'm a little more, I don't want to get swatted out of the sky by something. Thomas says a bat. Joe Pat sends over a picture of Animal from the Muppets. That's not what we're talking about. Anything that's small enough to be a spy that's considered an animal, says Brad. Okay. Gerald wants to be a grizzly bear. Jerry says a horse, of course, since I work with them and the owners are kind and loving. Randy says maybe a dog. Tony says a 600-pound dire wolf. Jeez. Frank, a mountain lion. Rick says wolf. Kyle says elephant. Joey says raccoon, nature's clowns, and Pony Boy's monster. Say so. Oh, Brian's got a pretty good one on otter. Fierce, smart, and loves to have fun. I love the water. I could do that. Mark says a tortoise. You live long and not much is expected of you. Tracy Tucker. Eric Burton? It's the animal that he would be. A bald eagle. Hoss. Let's see. What species never has to mow the lawn, says Joe. Dragon. A good and God-loving dragon. Tammy, they're not real. I mean, unless you're talking about like a Komodo dragon.
Which is very small.
No, they're not that small, actually. They used to be run wild out in the... no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Gila monsters. Yeah, Gila monsters. Running wild out in the high desert of California. Tracy says a cat so I could sleep all day. Roger, a fly, and I'd hang on your wall so I could rat you out to Val. Wow.
Wow. We condoning being rats around here, man.
A plain old orange house cat. Panda, they're clumsy as I am and always look happy, says Beth. That's true.
That is a happy
They
animal.
also sleep like 16 hours a day. Man, I could do that. They don't actually have like homes or nests or anything. Pandas just sleep wherever they happen to be. They just lay down.
Yeah.
They're just out.
Not worried about much.
How very convenient. Any cat that belongs to me, says Beth. A sloth. Of course, Spud. Silverback gorilla, says John. Orca killer whale, says Billy Ray. Another dragon. Again, guys, not a real animal. You know that, right? You know that? My past Labrador buddy. You don't get to choose the actual animal that you're just, the general. What is wrong with you people? Holy Moses. All right. That's it for us. We are out of here. Back tomorrow, dark and early at 6 a.m. Skippy comes your way next. Dixon and Vining. Bye-bye now.